Citizens! A lot has been going on this week in Star Citizen. Jump Down and Ninetales Lockdown have both returned for the week, and that's going to be ending on November 2nd. So check out the RSI website for the full schedule if you want to take part in that. As for myself, I'm still dealing with my dog recovery and work and unable to really get into the verse. But don't worry, I have been busy with some upcoming videos, which I'm going to be getting into later on in this one. On top of the dynamic events, there was also a great Inside Star Citizen showcasing work on the newer underground bunkers, and they look pretty cool. I plan to get into that a bit more in the future, looking at that video. I do think it's weird to build mostly underground, but from a server and game resource perspective, it does make sense. You're able to kind of remove players from one location, put them into another. Then again, when I play Space Engineers, I tend to build underground, but that's because my reasoning is I'm digging a big hole to get the resources, so I'd build there. So maybe, we could reason that's the same reason why they might do it in the verse, or to get away from radiation when you're on the moon, because radiation isn't really ever talked about in this game. Be one more thing to add to this game to make it more complex. I do plan to get more into that in the future, really, and go over that Inside Star System and how it can possibly translate into city bunkers like in Area 18 and improve the number of things to do in the verse. There was also a Star Citizen Live on Twitch that dealt with some of the missions in the verse. I have not watched that yet. It has just come out. But the biggest news to come out of the RSI website is the announcement of the upcoming Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. Not really big news because we all know every year in November this yearly free fly and ship sale is taking place in November. So now we have the official date, and that is the news. We know exactly when it's coming. It came out with this video that we're going to watch for the first time here, you and I together, and we're going to see what we think about this. So we got it all loaded up on YouTube. It is IAE 2952, it's coming. The Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is on its way. So let us watch this. I haven't seen anything. I did see the thumbnail, and that is it. I did see one thing that we're going to react to here. So we're just going to watch this together.
Whitley's Guide
check it out. Only 23 seconds.
With exclusive looks at all your favorite manufacturers. Drake CEO and an Arden.
Yeah. All right.
Plus, surprises and announcements you won't want to miss.
Okay.
We'll see you there.
There you go. Super quick, super easy. No every. Okay. Well, let's get into all of what I just saw. 23 seconds, really a lot in there in 23 seconds. We're just going to kind of look through. This is the only thing I'd seen before I paused it, before I started watching with you. And this is something that makes me happy because this is Microtech. This is at New Babbage. And this is where the expo is taking place. It's been here before. It's going to be here again. There's only ever been really, a few locations. And this is definitely one of the better choices. A lot of people thought maybe this is going to be on Orson. And instead of Orson, it is happening at New Babbage. And New Babbage is good because as long as the trains and elevators are working, it's not super hard to get around. And from the spaceport, you can get to the expo center fairly quickly. But more importantly, it's got a surface. Where at Orson, the big issue is you can't drive vehicles. You have to get out of the Crusader atmosphere in order to go anywhere in space. And if you want to try a land vehicle, you have to get one. You have to claim it somewhere else. Where here we have the garage. You can drive around on the surface. And then we have the spaceport. The spaceport I find relatively easy to find. It's not as easy as Lorville, but it's a pretty good place. And a lot of people actually love starting at Microtech. Also, if you are a new player, it is an impressive city, and so it really showcases the game. Maybe some of the tech would showcase Orson would showcase the game better because it was such a beautiful place, but then people would get really annoyed with flying out of that. This is a good choice. I'm happy. Also, I didn't even really kind of pay attention to this here, to the colors, which are red and white this year. So they're going with a Canadian theme, so I'm very happy with that. So all the Canadians playing along with me, we can all put our red and white paints on our ships if we own those ships. And I'll get into ship paints in a second. Yeah, so they're saying thanks to Canada. That must be the Canadian theme, is what it is this year. So we'll go ahead a little bit more, kind of check out more what else we have here. So when I saw this, I'm like, okay, Whitley's Guide. Whitley's Guide is like a inverse version of Top Gear, if anyone watches Top Gear, with Jax McCleary being a very much Jeremy Clarkson type character. And so I thought, oh, he's coming back because I saw that. But we're going to get into what I see at the end of the video later. And it makes sense to me, and I'm really not surprised at what I saw at the end. Uh, we have here the Corsair. So you can see this is Corsair. It's got the 3 wings, the one folding up here and the 2 here. That's pretty cool. After that, we've got Scorpius. They talked a bit about some of the. Well, they didn't talk about the alien ships, but they show the alien ships here. We've got those. So this will be on one day. So if you don't know how the free fly works, every day a new ship manufacturer is going to allow you to use all the ships that are in game for those ships that are working. So occasionally there'll also maybe be a ship that's almost done or not flyable, but you can check it out. A good example will be Drake. The Vulture is still not in game. They're holding off until salvage is part of it. But there'll be a Vulture there on Drake days, and the Vulture you'll be able to get into and look around, but you won't be able to fly it. But all these, you can fly these, and so you can be able to get into them and check them out, which is kind of a cool thing. Be able to try ships before you buy them. Here is the Vulture here. So this is the Drake Vulture. It should have been in game, but with salvage being pushed back, they've pushed back this ship as well because there's really no use for it at the moment. And they're talking about Drake CEO. So interesting because Drake is usually not part of the expo as much as it's kind of tagged on to the end of the expo. So are they bringing Drake into the game? I haven't really looked at the schedule yet. We'll see if Drake is right at the end or if it's somewhere in the middle. But also there's a new Drake ship coming out, and I saw something there. This super quick. I don't know what this is. I have no clue what this is. Uh, it's a Drake ship because here's the Drake logo and Drake CEO. They said, but I mean, it's a ship with VTOL thrusters in center of mass, so very un-Drake-like, in my opinion. Troop transport, maybe. There was, oh, what was the name? Someone noticed a name of a possible upcoming Drake ship. Something with a C. I don't remember what it is at the moment. I'll have to look it up. But maybe that's what this is. It looks like a fairly large ship too. Looking at the size of like the ramp, it's at least you're looking at medium to large size here. So this is a new ship going to be announced, possibly based on the fact that it's coming down here fairly well in development. Maybe not straight to flyable, but with CIJ, who knows? But definitely something you're going to be able to see and check out on the floor. Let's keep going. We have some ships fighting at 890, but really nothing except for the fact that this, I don't know where this is. Is this on in Pyro? So this is just kind of like an exciting image. I don't really see anything here that stands out to me as like something that's really new. Ooh, so this is a Pisces with the new paint. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of a cool looking ship. So we'll get into paints. We'll talk about paints. So with the ship showdown, there were ships that were voted on. What is your favorite ship? What ships do you think will be the best in show? Whatever ship is the best in show, that ship is going to be in uh, in this event. It's going to be front and center, and those 4 ships, if you own them by the end of the expo, if you have them in your account. So like the Pisces will be one of them here. If you have a Pisces by the end of the event, you will get a best in show paint added to your account. There's also some other goodies that exist as well, and I'll get into that in a bit. But this is how the paint works, and so this is the Pisces paint. And paints so far, you can just switch back and forth as much as you want. So if you do like these colors, you can put them on. You can switch to another one, go back. But this is the Pisces. Looks pretty cool. Ooh, it's a Carrack, again with the red and white paint, but this time I can only tell you that it's like red on the turrets, white here. Looks like maybe white on top. Can't really see what the Carrack looks like with those paints, and that's the only real image of that. And then it goes to Aerospace Expo, November 18th. So starting November 18th, you can start playing Star Citizen for free. How the free fly works, as always, if you don't have an account, you make an account, you have to download the game, and then you can start to play. The game is pretty massive. I suggest, if you've never played before, use a SSD if you can, in order to run the game. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of annoying. I also say, if you're going to choose a starting location, choose Microtech, choose New Babbage, only because that's where this event is going on, and as a new player, you'll be already on the planet that the expo is taking place in order to get to the show floor and rent the ships. How the free fly works is you can just take any ship that's on display, rent it. I believe it's for 48 hours, meaning in game you have that for 2 days where you can fly it around and use it. Might be only 24 hours, but I think it's 48. Again, I don't remember. It's been so long, and I just always like checking out ships and flying around. I don't really pay attention to how long I have them, but pretty cool. The only thing I would suggest, if you've never made an account before, I would make an account with a referral code. So I do have a referral code up on my screen, but there's an even easier way using the link below. Click that link, and it'll help you make the account. You can't use a code and enter it in afterwards, but codes will always give you bonuses when you eventually, now or in the future, get the game. The bonuses range anywhere from a little bit of money, about 5,000 UEC in game, which is 5,000 in-game dollars. Not really a lot of money at all the way up to occasionally referral bonuses, and those bonuses will allow you to get extra things. We're going to talk about the very last thing in here, which is this. So I mentioned the Jeremy Clarkson type character that was in there, Jax McCleary, and it says in memoriam Jax McCleary, and I am not surprised about this at all. I do not think that Jax McCleary is dead. But if you remember the last year, the videos that were being produced and put out, the little advertisements, and there was, I saw one earlier. Where is it? How come I didn't see it when I was scrubbing through this last time? I could have sworn there was an image from, here, let me just watch this.
Join us for the biggest Whitley's Guide IAE special yet, with exclusive looks at all your favorite manufacturers.
Sure, I saw it.
Drake CEO and an Arden. Plus, surprises and announcements.
There, that's okay. So, last year, this was part of it. This was not this last year. That was 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, the Kanu Nomad was released, and it was announced, and they had something with the Jax McCleary character and a character that represents the Stig going on a camping trip, flying the Nomads through the canyons. Very Top Gear-ish, very, very funny. They have all the camping gear loaded up here. They end up crashing it. Also made a little bit of a dig at Elon Musk's Cybertruck announcement by breaking the window in a particular way. This was, 2 years ago they showed a little video, so these videos kept happening. Last year, the videos involved Jax kind of deciding after trying to paint a roof. Was that what it was not really working? Either way, he left to go to Pyro and to explore Pyro. And I honestly feel CIG was really hoping to have Pyro in game by now. They were hoping that it would be working and ready enough that they're able to to get out and get into Pyro and have the expo maybe in Pyro or something like that, because I remember something about being out of this world at one point being announced, or at least have more with Jax McCleary showing off Pyro, and that may still happen. Jax McCleary may show up again, bringing back footage from Pyro, or they're going to maybe wait until next year and have Jax McCleary again in Pyro. When Pyro's released, or when there's more about Pyro, maybe is when you're going to see him. So I don't think he's dead. I just think I'm really not surprised that he's being announced as missing, because as far as everyone else knows, he took off out of the ship, went through a wormhole, and they've never seen him again. The jump points, forgot the name, jump point, I don't know how, and was never seen again. So that is what's going on with Jax. He'll be back. He's just not currently here. So that is it. So there you have it. Anyone can take part in the free fly event starting on November 18th and continuing on till the 30th. Over 100 ships are going to be available to fly. Looking here at the program, yes, so Drake is at the beginning. So that is going to be, it says official sponsor. That is going to be the announcement of whatever big ship that is. That is when it's going to happen. It's going to happen on the November 18th. So then any of the Drake ships, you want to go try flying a Caterpillar, You're going to be able to take that out there, maybe drive the mule around. I have still never driven the mule. I couldn't get the box to open and for me to rent it when it was during the Invictus. So I'm going to have to try it here. I'll try out the mule. So, over 100 ships, free to fly during the event with full access to the verse, so you can try out any of the available missions. On top of that, if you own any of the 4 top ships from the showdown, the Pisces, the Star Runner, the Scorpius, and the Carrack, you're going to get yourself a free Best in Show paint and a themed challenge coin. I'm not sure exactly what that's going to be. Each and every backer, I believe, is also getting a free Carrack themed gift. I think it's a statue of the Carrack to display in game in your hangar when hangars are a thing. If I'm wrong about exactly what that is, let me know. But in previous years, we've got a helmet from another Carrack, and a backpack and jackets were in the game last year for people to use. On top of that, as with any expo, expect some limited time ship sales, some new announced and possibly straight to flyable or drivable vehicles, discounted starter packs. So if you're looking to get in the game, make yourself an account now. Wait till the free fly, and if you haven't already made your account, make sure that's ready. Use the link or the referral code, and always use an account, or I should say always use a referral code whenever you're making an account. It doesn't matter if it's mine or someone else's. Always, always, always use a referral code. So you can take advantage of any deals that happen when you get the game. There's probably going to be an announcement of some sort of referral bonus. They usually go with something like that during the IAE as well. And this leads me to the final announcement of this video. New upcoming content. I'm still not getting nearly enough time in the verse to develop any new content or bring anything new to you. I'm still super busy with real life, but I did record a series of videos during the last Free Fire event, which happened when the ship showdown was going on. And in that event, there were 16 ships voted on by citizens for Best in Show. It was slowly whittled down. The top 8 were provided for everyone to try out during the Free Fly event, and I took each and every one of those out to see what I felt and see what I thought about them. And so, as I've had a moment here and there, I've been going through each ship from the top 8. The Redeemer, the Scorpius, the 600i, the Carrack, the Star Runner, Titan, Raft, and Pisces. Did I name all 8? I think so. And once I have those videos done, I'm going to be putting out each one. My hopeful plan is to get them all edited, and I'm halfway there. And I'll have one for 8 days, finishing off with the winner of the Carrack on the last day. So once I have all these videos edited, I'm going to be putting them out one after another. So each day you can see me checking out these videos. They're less of a review and more just me kind of testing and playing around with each ship, but at least it's something I can get out for you guys to see. May give you some ideas of what ships you might want to try out when the free fly is available. And so that's it. New ISC, finalized date for the expo, whole new mini-series of overdue videos, and all this and so much more coming up in November. So subscribe and stay tuned, and I hope to see you all at the expo. Goodbye, citizens.